I keep my goals to myself, cause whenever I share it with folks, they get a look upon their face and their memory floats to a time where their goals and the stars.
What's good? We're going to get into Smackdown from August the 21st, 2026. This was a pretty okay episode of Smackdown. I like the angle that they did for the main event. Kevin Owens versus CM Punk for the WWE Undisputed Championship. The match was fine. I actually liked it. And Sami Zayn attacking both guys and taking them out with the belt basically sets up for a triple threat match at either Sunday night's main event or what other pay-per-view they're going to do in September. So that's fine there, and I do like that. I also like the promo battle between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. I thought that was good. So SmackDown, slowly but surely, is becoming watchable again. And, again, these shows aren't good and they're not bad. They're just okay shows. In my opinion, they are okay shows. SmackDown has become watchable, and I like what they're doing. So, before we get into the review, because we're going to start with the main event, and then from there we'll get into the remainder of the show. Ilya Dragunov, he is no longer with WWE anymore. So, I'm almost certain it has to be a money issue. Apparently, reports were saying that WWE offered him a contract and everything else, but he turned it down. They made an offer to him and he turned it down. So, he's gone. So, literally, he can show up to wherever he wants. More than likely, we all know he's going to go to TNA. However, if I was Dragunov, I would kind of like go to TNA and work the indies. I feel like there's going to be more people to get released. Well, not released, but more people's contracts are going to lapse. Like, that's what happened to his. His contract lapsed, and he just chose not to resign. So more of that's going to keep happening anyway. And a lot of these guys are going to have to begin to start wanting to work basically in smaller promotions. So TNA, MLW, NWA, GCW, MLW, JCW, and stuff like that. They're going to have to start working smaller promotions. I know everyone wants to go to AEW, but Tony Khan can literally not sign everybody. And again, I know people are saying that he probably will bring in Dragunov, which he will. I would imagine at All In next weekend, we'll probably see Dragunov, Sheamus, and the New Day, and probably Kairi Sane. 6 new people show up. So we'll probably have, those people show up at All In next weekend. But this is going to keep happening, and I'm almost certain this was a money issue for sure. This definitely was a money issue, nothing more, nothing less. And that's just, the sad reality of it. But it is what it is, man. He'll be fine. He's going to do okay in AEW, but if I was him, I would really go to TNA and make a name for himself. Again, TNA is wide open right now. They need tons and tons of talent, so I have to wait and see how things play out. But wish Dragunov nothing but the best. All right, so let's get into the main event of the evening. CM Punk defeats Kevin Owens to retain the WWE Undisputed Championship. This match was actually pretty decent. So, the match started off slow. Kevin Owens, came in like a ball of fire. Canada was red hot for Kevin Owens. In the middle of the match, dual chants started breaking out in the match for Punk and Owens. So Kevin Owens ends up doing a frog splash to the announce table. Match continues on. Kevin Owens locks in the sharpshooter. Punk was able to get to the ropes. Punk was able to lock in the Anaconda Vice. Kevin Owens was able to fight out of that. Then there was a ref bump towards the end of the match. So Both guys hit the finishers. Punk hits the GTS. Kevin Owens hits the stunner. Then Sami Zayn jumps the barricade. He throws CM Punk into the ring post. Kevin Owens hits the stunner. So Sami Zayn is able to wake up the referee. And then Punk is able to kick out of the stunner done by Kevin Owens. Then the referee's still trying to come to. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, they're on the ring apron, talking to each other. Sami brings in the title. He wants Kevin Owens to use it. Kevin Owens refuses to use it and says, no, it's not going down like that. So Sami Zayn clocks the fuck out of Kevin Owens with the title, and this allows for CM Punk to hit the GTS for the 1, 2, 3. And after that, CM Punk celebrates. Sami Zayn gets into the ring. He hits Kevin Owens with the belt. Then he hits CM Punk with the belt again. And then he hits KO with the belt again. And then Sami Zayn yells at CM Punk about stealing the title from him. And then he stands tall. And then that was it. This is fine. Clearly, this is setting up for a triple threat match. We don't know whether this is going to take place at Sunday night's main event or another date. I forgot if they're going to. I forgot what show that they're doing next after Sunday night's main event. But this is definitely going to lead up to a triple threat match, which is fine. I actually do like this. This makes the most sense. Crowd was super into this. When Sami Zayn clocked Kevin Owens, it got, massive boos and everything. So, good stuff. I like this. Heel Sami Zayn is really good here. And I'm down for this. So, this makes perfect sense. And the main event scene for SmackDown has become pretty decent. You got Kevin Owens there, Sami Zayn, CM Punk, Randy, Cody, Drew McIntyre when he returns back from filming movies in Hollywood. So you got, quite a few decent guys at the top. So, yeah. All right, moving on from that. This leads us into the beginning of the show. So, Sami Zayn is backstage, and he is ranting like a lunatic about how he doesn't get justice, and when does he get his championship rematch for the title. So, Nick Aldis wants to say, go earn it, but he throws Finn Balor and Gunther and Kevin Owens in his way. Then last week, he gave him another match to earn it despite his broken hand. He took it, he put his boots on, and still doesn't get his match because Randy Orton gets involved. So Sami Zayn begins to rant about Randy Orton to Nick Aldis, and then Randy Orton shows up. Orton tells Sami to keep him to keep talking. He wants to see where it's going. So Cody Rhodes, he's in the ring. His voice rings from a screen nearby. He wants Randy Orton to come fight him. So Nick Aldis tells Randy to stay here. Then he leaves to handle the situation, and then Sami Zayn continues to complain. Moving on from that, this leads us into Nick Aldis. He tells Cody Rhodes this isn't happening. Last week was a disaster, but he has his match at Sunday night's main event. So Randy Orton shows up. He says they got a time and a place. He's going to whoop Cody's ass in front of his family, who no doubt will be sitting in the front row. Randy says he doesn't need to do it now. He's got his date in 2 weeks. Cody Rhodes tries to goad him into fighting now, but Nick Aldis says they're not going to do it. And he's sick of fans and officials being put in danger, and he's sick and tired of being disrespected himself personally. He said, at Sunday night's main event, they can tear each other apart, but if either of them lays a finger on the other before then, mark his words, they'll never get another shot at the WWE Championship ever again, and you can take that to the bank. He says he's dead serious, and ask if they want to screw up his show or if they want another title shot. Randy Orton says there's no way in hell he's going to get in the ring and jeopardize his 15th world championship. You can call him Mr. Professional. That was funny there. Randy turns to Cody and says he heard something about finishing what they started last week, and he's ready to smash Randy's hit him like a grape when the show went off the air, but he didn't do it because he knows Cody Rhodes can't live with himself if he did it. But Randy swung the chair because he has no compulsions, and he knows how to go there and get things done, how to be the worst version of himself. But Cody is and will always be a good guy. He's not the American Nightmare. He's the American Daydream. I'm like, damn, that was nice. Randy said 2 weeks ago, Cody Rhodes asked who's going to kill the legend of Randy Orton, and Cody didn't answer the question because he knows it's not going to be himself. Cody Rhodes tells Randy he's operating on a very dangerous assumption and says he's still wearing makeup to cover where Randy Orton kicked him in the head at WrestleMania, and he's learned from his heroes, his friends, and enemies, and Randy himself. Cody says if Randy goes and wins 15, number 16, and beats every record, the greatest of all time, he'll still come back to Cody Rhodes because QB1 is the one who kills the Legend Killer. And that's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. Okay, so I like that. Really good stuff there. Good shit. The crowd was into this. This wasn't too long. This lasted about maybe a total of like 5 to 8 minutes. So really good stuff here. Now, this match at Sunday night's main event should not be just a regular one-on-one match. There needs to be some oomph into this. So maybe make it like a steel cage, or an I Quit match, or a last man standing match. Something of that sort. Maybe even like a first blood match, maybe. Because this thing still needs to continue. This can't end at Sunday night's main event at all. So this has to last for the remainder of the year. So yeah. But this was decent here. I actually like this. Good shit here. Moving on. So this leads us into the MFTs. They're backstage. They cut promos. They're talking about some nonsense. Talking about, they'll beat any team put in front of them and all that jazz. So Haku shows up and he says some stuff in Tongan to them. He says, now it's time to show them who the motherfucking Tongans are. I like that. That's pretty good stuff. This leads us into the first match of the night. The MFTs, they defeat Damian Priest and R-Truth. They retain the WWE Tag Team Championships. Okay, whatever. Who really cares about this? This is fun, I guess. The SmackDown Tag Team division is dead. Like, who do they have? Whatever. Moving on from that, this leads us into CM Punk. He's interviewed backstage by Kathy Kelly. He says his game plan is unchanged, and he thrives in hostile territories. Kevin Owens has these one-sided beefs, these ghosts from 20 years ago, and he's proud of not changing. But CM Punk is proud that he has changed. He's gotten better, but Kevin Owens is still the same guy. And to come back to 17 months, and you have your second match. So Randy Orton shows up. And he says he's going to give CM Punk a fair warning. After he's done with whipping Cody Rhodes' ass in his hometown, he'll be coming for number 15. And CM Punk says he's looking forward to it. Okay, that's fine. Really good stuff there. Moving on. This leads us into Chelsea Green. She's waiting outside the trainer's room for Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton comes out, and Chelsea Green shouts, "Injury twins." She grabs her in a painful way, her being Tiffany Stratton. Chelsea Green thanks Tiffany and says she has a plan to make it up to her, but Tiffany Stratton tells her not to worry about it and to just keep focusing on her title. So Paige, of all people, she shows up, and she gives Chelsea a pep talk, and she thinks that Chelsea Green is going to be champion for a long, long time. Villa Influence show up, and they have some words. So basically, Paige wants gold around her waist again and all that jazz. And JC Jane says that she wants more gold also and everything. So there's that. Whatever. This is fine, I guess. And what the hell is Nikki Bella? Like, she did her backstage promo like 2 weeks ago, and she's not even on this show. But I don't fucking know. Who cares? Moving on. This leads us into Mariah May. She's wearing a dressing gown over her ring gear, and she's shuffling through a rack of clothes. So Mariah is mad that she's not fighting for the WWE Championship in her first match, but she's now stuck here shuffling through a rack of clothes trying to find something to wear to fight Julia. So Kathy Kelly tells her she's going to look good in anything that she picks. So Mariah then removes the dressing gown, and we see her gear. So there's that. So this leads us into what was supposed to be Mariah May versus Julia. It didn't happen. It was a no contest. Mariah May basically attacks Julia, and she ends up hitting Beautiful Madness. No, she ends up hitting a neutralizer and beating down Julia. So this lasted maybe like all of 20 seconds or whatever. So this was fine here. I'm guessing they're going to do a Mariah May Julia feud. I'm fine with that. I really am. So let's see where this goes, honestly. But the fact that Mariah's been on this roster and she's only had basically like 1 or 2 matches, it's not good. That's fucking awful. That's shameful. Shameful as fuck. Do better, Triple H. Do better. Moving on from that, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, they're backstage chatting. Tatum Paxley shows up. She wants to know who Mary is and if she meant to bring her own blood or what. I'm like, what the hell? So they're doing this Bloody Mary stuff. So Jade Cargill and the Baddies, they show up. They call Charlotte Flair pathetic for needing this little freak show to help her out. Tatum Paxley asks if they're here to go to brunch and which one of them is Mary because she needs her blood. Oh my gosh. Charlotte Flair steps up to tell them that Tatum is awkward and doesn't understand personal space, but she's with her and Alexa, so back off. So the Baddies then challenge Tatum to a match for next week, and then Tatum Paxley hugs Charlotte Flair for standing up for her and everything, and she's excited about her first match. Okay, this is fine, I guess. Whatever. Moving on from that, this leads us into Trick Williams and Little Yachty. So, Trick shows up. He gets on the mic, gets a good reaction. He says that Baron Corbin can't beat him without taking a shortcut or cheating. And since he walks around looking like a cue ball, how about you come out here and eat a trick shot so he can get his title back? So Baron Corbin shows up. He's driving a Harley again or whatever. I don't know why. That's dumb as fuck. Like, come on, bro. Stop. This is retarded. This is not the American Badass from like 2004, 2005. Like, come on, bro. Like, enough of this shit. No, my bad. That was yeah. American Badass was what? Shit. That was from like 2000. I had to look into it. I can't remember. I know it was like Taker was in the biker gimmick for a good like 4 or 5 years straight. It was something like that. But, whatever. So Trick Williams says that he's won. He's the one that Corbin wants. So how about Baron Corbin stop dodging him and give the people what they want? Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin right here in Toronto for the championship, wherever it is. So Corbin says the title's getting a pretty little haircut right now, and Trick Williams isn't getting another shot at it. Trick got a match and lost. They had a rematch, and he lost again. So why would he give him a shot? Baron Corbin said he's got nothing to offer, and if Corbin beats him every time they get into the ring, so get it through your thick skull. You're not getting another title shot. It's ever and done with. So Little Yachty attacks Baron Corbin with the trick stick. So Trick clotheslines Baron Corbin over the top rope. So Baron Corbin gets on the mic and says, "It's fine. This is how he wants to do it." So at Sunday night's main event, it's going to happen in Atlanta because Toronto's not worth it. But first, he wants Little Yachty in his hometown. 5 minutes in the ring. If Little Yachty survives, Trick gets his title shot, and if Corbin beats him, they're done. They're done for good. And he tells Little Yachty to look at him and put his money where his mouth is, and ask him what he says. So the crowd wants it. Little Yachty's a little bit skeptical, but he basically accepts and says to Baron Corbin, "It's on." So Baron Corbin says it'll be the longest 5 minutes of Little Yachty's life. This is fine, I guess. Clearly, we know that Little Yachty's going to win. Basically, it makes sense. Where's Carmelo Hayes in all this? Where is he at? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Moving on, Kevin Owens. He's interviewed backstage. Briefly, the Finn Balor shows up. He gives Kevin Owens a little pep talk for a little bit. Then Gunther shows up. He makes fun of Finn Balor and everything else, and he has some words with Kevin Owens. So clearly, they're setting up Gunther and Finn Balor probably at Sunday night's main event. That's fine there. Moving on, this leads us into Lash Legend defeating Tiffany Stratton. So she wins via the last extension. That's fine there, whatever. Then the Irresistible Forces, they try to attack Tiffany Stratton. Chelsea Green makes the save with the kendo stick. Okay, that's fine, whatever. Moving on from that, this leads us into Shinsuke Nakamura. So he now has his tag team partner. It's revealed to be Hiromu Takahashi. So good stuff there. He talks about his resume and how Nakamura says he doesn't fear chaos. He enjoys it. So Hiromu says he wants more gold, more madness, more. And then Nakamura says when strong style madness collide, there will be an explosion and the clock is ticking. Okay. That's fine, I guess. And that was SmackDown. That's fine. I wouldn't be shocked if they ended up adding Naraku into this when all said and done. So good stuff here. This is fine. This is fine. This is insane that he gets to skip NXT, but it is what it is. So yeah, all in all, SmackDown was okay. I liked the main event. I thought that was good. They did a really good angle there. I like the opener, the opening promo between Randy and Cody. I like that. Didn't really care about the matches on the show outside of the main event. So there's that. And SmackDown still needs to work in the mid-card because the mid-card is not good. Same thing with the tag team division. And they're really getting rid of mid-carders. Like I say, they just lost Dragunov. We don't know where Matt Cardona is. He was on last week's show. Now he wasn't on this week's show. We don't know where the fuck Carmelo Hayes is. We have no idea where he is. So, I don't know. But all in all, SmackDown was okay. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.